Hey guys, in this video I will show you how to play as Trinity during a Tridolon hunt. I'll try to explain as much as I can without this being a 40-minute video. In this clip I did 4 Tridolon runs in one night with a group I found in the recruit chat. I chose to show an old clip where I make lots of mistakes and some small things I didn't do. I will also put timestamps in the description for important strategies and tips. If I can do a 4x3 with mistakes and unoptimized gear and strategies, then you will be able to do at least a 3x3. I'll start with the basics. What do I use? This is the Trinity build I use. It revolves around bless and keeping myself alive. Quick thinking will drain energy instead of letting you die, and Hunter Adrenaline will give you some energy back when you take damage. As you can see, my build is not perfect, I don't have everything maxed out, but it's still doable. For the weapon I use a Lanka, but I don't really use it unless it's for the lures or if I need to help a teammate. For melee you can equip a weapon that has some range like a whip to destroy the Vonvalist's armor. You will need the Archwing called Itzal, which you can get from the dojo, as well as energy pads. The big energy pads are available at the Arbiters of Hex's Syndicate. The medium ones are available in the dojo. You will also need ciphers to hack the lures faster. This is the build for Itzal, which isn't optimal but still works. I know some people also use a cavet during hunts, but for this video I will just show you that you don't need perfect gear to do a 4x3. For the focus school you will use Unairu with maxed Void Strike as Trinity. Void Strike will let you do more damage when you leave Void mode, which I will explain more about later. I also have some unbound abilities which are not a must-have but will help a little bit. I will also show you the amp I'm using. It is a Schwag Prism, a Bench Scaffold and a Chutney Brace. The arcane I'm using for the amp is Virtuous Fury. It will make me do 30% more damage. Mage's Husk is for the armor, and a Mage's Figure is for the extra health. But it's not really mandatory. This amp is mandatory though, it really helps. I will now show you the clip of the first run and then some edited parts of the other runs. In my team there's me playing a Trinity, there's a Chroma, a Hero and a Volt. Before it's nighttime your team will charge their Void Strike by going into Void mode. You will be doing the same but only during fights. So before nighttime starts, make sure your energy of your Archwing is full, because you're going to need a lot of energy. And we're just waiting until nighttime. Should be there any second. So now it's nighttime. There's a trick if you void dash to that rock where Revolution is going. Your Chroma will get the first lure. My teammate is making a mistake now. He's forgot to hack the lure. Doesn't really matter. When you go to the rock, some Vonvalist will spawn, so you can charge the first lure easier. But as you can see, my teammate forgot to hack, which is the first mistake, but doesn't really matter, it's not that bad. So I'm just waiting for the go signal. He's gonna charge the lure now. He says go, so I'm going as fast as I can. I usually go to the left immediately. This is where the first lure is. My Chroma already took it, so I'll take the second lure. I go to the third one, it's over here near the lake. So that's the third one. Going to the fourth now, this little camp. Before I hack the lures, I press 2 on the Itzal so you'll turn invisible, so you won't get shot out of your Archwing. So this should be number 5. We got number 6 over here. This should be number 7. One thing I use now, but I didn't use in this clip, is you can keybind the cipher. So let's say it's on the gear slot 1. You just have to hotkey the gear slot to a key that's easy to find. As you can see, I'm really messing up here. Try to go back as fast as I can. I have 7 lures plus the one my Chroma has, makes 8. I come in just in time because the smaller Gantulyst will come now, the smaller sentients, those are the Gantulysts. And you have to use those to charge your lures. And before this first Eidolon, the Teralyst, dies, you need to have 3 lures charged. 2 to capture the Teralyst and 1 more charged for the second Eidolon so it doesn't teleport away. This part is usually very tricky. My teammate is just using his whip to spin around and try and kill as much as he can. When they turn blue, your lures will absorb the energy.
Sentient energy contained. You are closing on victory. Act now.
So my Chroma is going to the shrine because the first lure that was charged is attached to him. So he can teleport the loot to the shrine. I'm trying to charge as much as I can with my lures. I have 2 charged. So the loot is over here. I'll show you how to teleport the loot later on. Or you can check the timestamps. Put in the shard. So on the top right corner I have 1 Void Strike left that does 5 times, almost 6 times the damage. So I'll try and use that, and then I will charge my own Void Strikes for the last Eidolon, the Hydrolyst. So these little things on the floor are called Unairu Wisps. Your Chroma will usually spawn these by spamming Void Blast. You have to look for them. They're usually near the water. I'll show you a few times where they are. Always put down some energy pads for you and your team. So at this point I'm just charging my Void Strike. I try to stay away from, try to stay out of the way from my team. So I take the lures away, but keep them close. Put down some more energy pads for myself. I get a knockback, but I void dash back into the fight. Before the energy spike, always try to use Bless for your team and for the lures.
Energy spike. I advise falling back.
So second Eidolon is almost down. Again, I'm still charging my Void Strike. I try to charge as much as I can. My teammate says he has 1 Void Strike left for the Hydrolyst, so keep that in mind. What your team says. Also, these laser beams are very dangerous for your lures. Always spam Bless when you can, so they will stay alive and get the damage reduction buff. So I'm not going to teleport the loot here because we're very close to the shrine. and you need about 100 meters between you and the lures before they will teleport to you. So I'll just teleport the loot over here. Now later on I will show you the timing for how to teleport the loot. So this is the third Eidolon. It's coming this way. I'm still charging my Void Strike. Keep in mind my teammate said he has one more charge left, one more Void Strike left. So I'm just checking if I need to shoot it as well. But usually at the last Eidolon your whole team will shoot at it to take the shield down. But it's up to me to do most of the damage, to take out a big chunk of the shield. So I'm looking for a wisp over here. It looks like a Cetus wisp, but it's called a Unairu Wisp, and it gives you 100% more damage. So I shoot it, shield's already down. My Chroma shoots the limb. I use Bless, put down energy pads. I look for another wisp, I pick up a few. So I always shoot from the leg up to the butt and then to the upper body to the head. That way you do a lot more damage because you hit multiple hitboxes. Looking for another wisp. Found one. Taking down the shield. I go back to my warframe, I press Bless. Pick up a wisp, do the same thing, shoot from the leg up to the... I got knocked back. So I kind of mess up here, but I just shoot again, just to be sure. Always keep an eye on your lures, just make sure you always have 3. Sometimes they might die if you forget to use Bless every now and then. So pick up another wisp, shoot up from the leg, it's almost down.
Sentient energy contained. You are closing on victory. Act now.
At this part, you can just pretty much do whatever you want. You can shoot the Hydrolyst, or just hang around until it's done. So I'm gonna show you in a second here how to teleport the loot. My teammate's down, so I just revive him. Always revive your teammates, especially at the start of the hunt, because if they revive manually, they will lose their Void Strike. So always try and revive your teammates. So the Eidolon is gonna get up. I put down my Archwing. I wait for the sound. That's the sound. My lures are near, so I know they're attached. So I go to the gate. I touch the ground, so they'll teleport to me. Here they are. They'll explode in a second here. And then I press 3 to suck up all the loot, go to the gate, and then we go again. So this first run took about 10 to 11 minutes. Also, if you're not the host, you can just stay within the gates. The host has to go out of the gates and inside the gates. So usually on the second run, we all just shoot the shields because we don't have time to charge our Void Strike.
I advise you to be careful.
So my teammate is doing the rock trick. I put down an energy pad for my Itzal, so I have enough energy. I'm just waiting for the signal from my Chroma. He says, okay, go, so I go. So again, I go to the left. So I'm out of my Archwing now, so I just use the Void Dash to go as fast as I can.
Next, you attempt to take control of it.
I do have the extra energy and the extra distance from the Void Dash unbound, so that's why I'm so fast. But it's not really necessary, but it helps a little bit to go faster. If you don't have those things, just call your Archwing.
Energy spike. I advise falling back. That device is insufficient.
So this should be number 5.
And employ additional Eidolon lures.
So here's number 6. I always try to count out loud how many lures I have in total with the one my Chroma has.
Energy spike. I advise falling back.
Don't forget to press 2 so it will become invisible even though I got shut down here. Just call up another Archwing. Try to go as fast as I can to my team because I have to help them. So what you do here is you just pick up a Wisp and shoot down the shield as fast as you can. So now the Hydrolyst will come, so you have to charge at least 3 lures.
Sentient energy contained. You are closing on victory. Act now.
And you just need to charge 1 more lure. Looking for a Hydrolyst. So what my Chroma does now is he's going to teleport the 1 lure that's attached to him to the shrine, and I just try and charge the lures as fast as I can. Then I'll go back to the shrine. So if you press 1, that's the teleport ability. So the most important thing here is just to keep your lures alive, because the second Eidolon is the hardest one because it does a lot of damage. Can one-shot you, and it can damage the lures very fast. See with the lightning beams. So just spam bless whenever you see those. Also for your team. Just pick up a Wisp. Take down the shield as fast as you can. Every time you see the beams, just put down an energy pad if you don't have energy and just use bless. If you can't find the Wisp, just shoot at the shield. You see a lot of beams, so just spam bless. So make sure you have at least 4 lures charged when you take down the second Eidolon. And the Eidolon gets up. I want to teleport the loot, but we're very close to the shrine, so I'll just go to the right side over here. Drop the loot over there, and then we can go to the shrine. So again, we took down the Hydrolyst. I'm just waiting for it to get back up. Spam bless because there's a lot of things going on. Just try to stay alive. Keep the lures near him. He's gonna stand up. Press bless once again for my team. Call the Archwing. I hear the sound. I go in just to make sure. Then I go to the gates. Touch the ground. Just in time. going to the gates, and we're going in for this for the third round. My teammate says we have about 25 minutes left, so we can do 2 runs, each about 12 minutes. So again, I call my Archwing, put down the energy pad. My teammate Revolution is going to the rock to do the trick to spawn more Gantulysts, so we can charge the first lure very fast. For this run, I had some trouble taking the lures for some reason, I don't know why.
Both devices draw energy from Gantulysts. Make use of them. Next, you attempt to take control of it.
If you're in a situation like I am, you shouldn't panic or get mad at yourself. Just try and get as much done as you can in the time that you have. I'll show you later on what to do if you're missing a lure and how to recover from that. So, as you can see, it's very messy. I miss shots. I'm very slow.
That device is insufficient. You are directed to secure and employ additional Eidolon lures.
So I did manage to get the 7 lures in time. Even though I made some mistakes. It's not too bad. Just try and get back to your team as fast as you can, because you all have to shoot the shield. For this phase again, try and get your lures charged. 2 for the Eidolon and 1 for the next one. So I see I have 4 charged now, so I can go to the shrine. I think my chroma messes up here a little bit with the loot. It's not at the perfect spot, but it doesn't really matter. Just go there with your Archwing, press 3, and you will absorb all the loot. Just like that. I go back a little bit so that the lures will teleport to me, so they can be attached to the Eidolon. Take down the shield.
Energy spike. I advise falling back. Sentient energy contained. You are closing on victory. Act now.
So I die here, and I just revive myself as fast as I can. Spam bless, because the longer you die, the longer you stay dead, the bigger the chances that your lures will die. Because if they stay in the beam, they will get destroyed. So don't wait for anyone to revive you, just press revive. Your main task is to keep the lures alive. So again, we're too close for me to teleport the loot. So I just wait for the sound like this, and then I go to the edge of this lake. Put the loot down here, because the lures wouldn't teleport. So we're about to kill the Hydrolyst, and I'm going to teleport the loot, but I noticed that we're pretty close to the gate, so instead of calling an Archwing, I just use my void dashes to go to the gate as fast as I can. It saves 1 Archwing charge. So now we go in for the 4th round. Took us about 12 minutes. So again, my teammate is going to Void Dash to the rock to spawn some extra Gantulysts so we can charge it. I'm just waiting for the signal. The way I pick up the lures is way smoother than the last run. Also, don't forget to keybind your cipher, so you can do it way faster than I did. Press 2 to go invisible. You can also use your teleport to go down instead of pressing control to lower your altitude. You can just go down. It's actually way faster. So I'm looking for the second lure here. I can't find it. There's usually 2 lures at this big camp. So I just keep going with the lures. Try and get as much as I can. In the back of my mind, you also have to keep track of how many limbs have been shot. So when the 4th limb is down, that's when the Gantulyst will come. So when the 3rd limb has been shot, that's actually time for you to go back. So this is the 3rd limb that's being taken down. And this is actually the time to go back. So I go back as fast as I can for the last phase, so I can at least charge the lures. So again, with the second Eidolon, pick up the Wisp, do as much damage as you can, go back to your Warframe, press Bless, keep an eye on your lures, keep them alive, pick up the Wisp, take down the shield, rinse and repeat. So here's where I die, my lure is in the beam, it dies as well. So now I have 5 lures left. So I need to get another one. So what I could do is the lure that's charged, the one that's blue, I could park it over here and get another lure while my team is busy taking down the shields. But I didn't do that because I only have 1 charge lure. I actually need 4 of them, so I made a choice to stay here and keep charging my lures. And when I find the right time to get 1 more lure, I'll do that, which you will see. I die here again. I revive as fast as I can. Press Bless. Keep my lures alive. So here I'm trying to charge more lures. So there's 2 charged now. I need 4. My teammate also says, I think a lure died. So I tell him I'll get 1. So they don't have to worry about it. So here's how I teleport loot. I wait for the sound. I stay near the Eidolon. I hear the sound. And then I go to the shrine. Go as fast as I can. And the lures are now here with me. They're still connected to the Eidolon, but the loot will drop over here. So this is where I find a chance to get another lure, because they're still busy putting in the shards. So I take this one and I go back as fast as I can before they take down the limb, because you need to be there with the charge lure, otherwise it will teleport away. So this is the last Eidolon fight. We just try to get the shield down as fast as we can. I think we have like 2 or 3 minutes. So we pick up a Wisp, try to step near its leg, Try to shoot up to this upper body and head.
Energy spike. I advise falling back.
You go to your Warframe, press Bless. You look for the wisps. They're usually near the river banks, like at the edge of the rivers. Try and pick up one, because if you go near one, you will attract them. And sometimes you'll pick up all of them, but you have to leave some for your team as well. We managed to do a 4x3 within one night, and even with the mistakes we made, or at least I made, it's still possible to do a 4x3. Even if you're not that good, you can still do a 3x3 if you just do what I did as Trinity. I'm not the best Trinity, I'm just average, and that's why I showed this clip where I make mistakes and I kind of panic sometimes. But even then, it's still possible to do some really good runs. So thanks for watching. I hope this video really helps you, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I will answer every question.